A very warm and pleasant afternoon to one and all. If there are no stars, there won't be any beauty in the sky. If there is no difference of opinions, there won't be any creative and innovative ideas. On behalf of Immaculate College for Women, Cuddalore, Department of Chemistry, we would welcome you to all to this internal conference. And I am Kyle and my co-host Gopika and Bhavani are going to host for this event, and I feel privileged to extend my hearty welcome to all dignitaries, guests, delegates with a great joy and immense exultation. A day without prayer is a day without blessing, and a life without prayer is a life without power. So let us begin this event by seeking the blessing of Lord Almighty with a prayer song.
All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. All things wise and wonderful, the good God made them all. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. All things wise and wonderful, the good God made them all. Each little flower that opens, each little bird that sings, He made the glowing colors and made the tiny wings. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. All things wise and wonderful, the good God made them all. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. All things wise and wonderful, the good God made them all. The purple-headed mountains, the rivers running by, the sunset and the morning, the brightness of the sky. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. All things wise and wonderful, the good God made them all. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. All things wise and wonderful, the good God made them all.
This melodious song has filled the whole atmosphere with positive energy. Welcome to those who believe in the power of dreams and who would like to join me in my exploration of life. Yes, this is the time to welcome you all to this conference. I would like to invite Dr. S. Chandrakumari, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, to deliver the welcome address.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my immense bliss to be in front of you this afternoon to deliver the welcome speech. My first bunch of thanks goes to the Almighty, whose omnipresence has helped us begin this meeting with peace. Thank you, God. I take great pride in welcoming all the attendees to the internal conference on sustainable chemistry in diverse fields. This conference aims to bring together renowned scientists, researchers, faculties, and students to exchange and share their experience on all aspects of chemistry. I have the pleasure and privilege of welcoming our chief guest, Dr. S. Venkatesh Babu, Department of Petroleum Technology, JCT College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore. He received his ME in Annamala University, Chidambaram. He did his research work on treatment of dyes, a wastewater in a biological reactor, and he was awarded Doctor of Philosophy in the year 2015 from Annamala University. He has published 13 research articles and 2 book chapters. He has 4 years of industry experience and 14 years of teaching experience. He appointed as a resource person for Board of Studies in Anna University. He is a member of syllabus committee in BTech Petroleum Engineering. He is a recipient of many awards and honors. We are grateful for your valuable time that we get to show with you, sir. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome our secretary, Reverend Sister Sahayam, who gives direction to every student and staff member to organize this great conference successfully. Your presence is highly appreciable by all of us, sister. It's my great pleasure to welcome our beloved and versatile principal, Dr. M. Shushila Devi, to this valuable occasion. I feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to Reverend Sister Dr. Maria Sami, HR of our college and convener of this conference. I heartily welcome our head of department, Mrs. J. Lacey Josephine, who is always behind us, support us with full of love and affection. I happily welcome all our staff members, students, friends, and participants for being a part of this conference and making it convenient to take place. Dear students, you are given a great platform to explore your talents. We sincerely hope that you have a good time and enjoy this wonderful conference. Once again, I welcome you all for this internal conference. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful welcoming note. I believe that the science of chemistry alone almost proves the existence of an intelligent creator. This is the right time to watch the journey of our department. Hope you all clear about my department journey. A conference is a gathering of people who singly can do nothing, but together can decide that nothing can be done. I would like to invite Mrs. S. Uma Maheshwari, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, to give her speech about the conference.
Pleasant afternoon to everyone present here. Warm greeting to all, and it's my pleasure that we can introduce to you the virtual internal conference on multidisciplinary research, which has been organized by our college under the guidance of our secretary, Reverend Sister Sahayam, our principal, Dr. M. Shushila Devi, and convener, Reverend Sister Dr. Maria Sami. A conference is generally understood as a meeting of several people to dis- discuss a particular topic. At a conference, innovative ideas are thrown about and new information is exchanged among new concepts, approaches, fundamental understanding, as well as the application aspects of different fields of chemistry have been discussed. The conference has become a truly event with wide distribution of participants. In order to explore the students of the field, a first internal conference was organized by our department on 14th July 2021. Our students were motivated to participate and present the papers. All the paper was published as a book title Exposing the World of Chemistry with an ISBN number. As the result, the second internal conference was organized by our department under the theme of Sustainable Chemistry in Discover Field. For this conference, we, res- we received a total of 23 papers, among that 5 successive presentations from our final year Department of Chemistry students, ICW, Kadalur, and the topics are about current advanced research in treatment and recovery of nicotine addiction, advanced recent advance in inorganic chemistry of bismuth, antibacterial activity and photocatalytic activity of zinc oxide nanoparticle of azodine in wastewater treatment, hydrogen production technology, current state and future development, natural dyes, extraction and its application. The main objective is to present and discuss the most recent innovations, trends, and as well as the practical challenge encountered and solution adopted in different field of chemistry. We are really honored by the trust of organizer and will do our best to make the conference a grand success. The idea of the participants from all over the world, we are cordially invited to this presentation. I add my best wishes for the successful and fruitful conference. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your clear information about the conference. It doesn't matter what's been written in your story so far, it's how you fill up the rest of the pages that counts. Let us see the presentation of our students. I would like to call upon D. Kylveri, 3rd BSc Chemistry, to present her speech on current advanced research in treatment and recovery of nicotine addiction. Accolades. She is excellent in studies and participated in quiz competition conducted by ICW, and she has a good leadership qualities. Good afternoon to one and all. Myself, Kylveri from Department of Chemistry. And my topic is current advanced research in treatment and recovery of nicotine addiction. Here, I am today to talk about the problem which we are facing in the current world.
ஸ்மோக்கிங் காசஸ் கேன்சர் ஸ்மோக்கிங் கில்ஸ் புகைப்பிடித்தல் புற்றுநோயை உண்டாக்கும் மற்றும் உயிரை கொல்லும்.
Introduction. Nicotine is a deadly poisonous alkaloid which is found naturally in tobacco leaves. It is addictive as heroin and causes a physical dependence. And its molecular formula is C10, H14, and N2. It is safe to a standard that you're consuming around 1 milligram per cigarette. Nicotine and its pharmacology. The half-life of nicotine in the body is around 2 hours. It is metabolized in the liver by the cytochrome P450 enzymes. And genetic factor also influence the risk of nicotine inhaled. When you smoke a cigarette, toxic gases pass into your lungs, then into your bloodstream, and what they spread to every organ in your body. Smoking co-occurs with a mental illness and other addictive disorder. On average, it takes around 7 seconds for nicotine to reach your brain. Cigarette aren't good for us. We have known about how exactly cigarette harm us and see how we benefit physically when we finally give up smoking. With each inhalation, smoking brings more than 5,000 chemical substances into contact with this body tissues. From the substance tar, a black resonance material which begins to coat the teeth and gum, damaging a tooth enamel and eventually causing decay. And over time, smoke also damages nerve endings in the nose and causes a losing of smell. Inside the airways and lungs, smoke increases the likelihood of infections as well as chronic diseases like bronchitis and emphysema. It does this by damaging cilia, tiny hair-like structures whose job it is to keep the airways clean. It then fills the alveoli, tiny air sacs that enable the exchanging of oxygen and carbon dioxide between the lungs and blood. A toxic gas called carbon monoxide crosses the membrane into the blood, binding to hemoglobin and displacing the oxygen it would usually have transported around the body. And that's one of the reasons smoking can lead to oxygen deprivation and shortness of breath. Health effects. Smoke will permanently damage the alveoli and make it difficult to breathe. It is also responsible for majority of deaths due to chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases. It tends to suffer from heart diseases and strokes. It causes a cataracts. Smoking damages many areas of the body, including perhaps the eyes. Research has shown that smokers have double the risk of developing cataracts and the clouding of the eyes lens that results in significantly reduced vision, a sensitivity to light and muted colors. Doctors explain smoking alters the cells of the lens and which results in cataracts. It weakens the immune system. Smoking often affects specific organs and it can cause a general widespread harm as it does with the immune system. It damages and reduces antibodies and immune cells, which are resulting in a much weaker immune system, which could lead to easily cause an longer lasting sickness and severe illness. And it also lowers the levels of antioxidants like vitamin C. It weakens the cancer fighting cells. It increases the visible signs of aging. Smoking doesn't affect the organs and also affects the physical appearance as well as. It damages the skin's elasticity, resulting in a premature wrinkles. As sign of premature wrinkles, smoking also causes sagging and your eyes a poor skin tone. If someone smokes in car, the toxins can build up quickly even when the windows are open or the air conditioner is on again. This can be especially harmful to children. And every year, 17,000 children are admitted in a hospital due to inhaling smoke from those who are around them. Tips for avoid smoking. When you feel the urge to smoke, take a walk or practice deep breathing or exercise regularly, which helps to knock out the urge. Drink hot tea in the morning instead of coffee. If you used to smoke while you had a cup of coffee, and avoid the places where smoking is permitted. Get involved in activities that make smoking difficult. When you feel the urge, chew sugarless gum or nibble on a carrot or cucumber. Cigarette smokers have about 70% higher rate of premature death than non-smokers. If you want to avoid an early, it helps to stop dragging deeply from this potent killer. And stop smoking now. Nicotine replacement therapy. The products are gum, spray, lozenges, inhalator, nicotine patches. Nasal spray is absorbed much faster than the other rapid release products, and lozenges might serve as an oral substitute for tobacco. Nicotine inhaler is a plastic devices, and use of nicotine patches for 16 to 24 hours is equally effective in promoting quitting smoking. Conclusion. Smoking kills over 430,000 people in each year. It tends to reduce the daily cigarette consumption as a prelude to a serious stop attempt. A successful reduction of cigarettes provides a small success to help increase confidence and motivation. Stop smoking now and save your life. Thank you all.
Thank you, Kailvari, for your fabulous presentation. Next, I would like to call upon M. Gopika, third Basic Chemistry, to present her presentation on recent advances in inorganic chemistry of bismuth. Her accolades. She is good in studies and participated in quiz competition conducted by ICW. She had actively participated in YAMC.
Good afternoon to one and all. I'm M. Gopika from Department of Chemistry, and here I am today to give a presentation about the topic on recent advances in inorganic chemistry of bismuth. Introduction. The name of bismuth comes from the German word bismuth meaning a white mass. In 1753, Claude Geoffroy was the first to classify and show bismuth as a distinct element. All bismuth salt forms insoluble compound when put into a water. Bismuth are probably unknown to the Greeks and Roman but became familiar during the Middle Age. What is bismuth? Bismuth is a hard, brittle, and lustrous white crystalline with a reddish tinge. Elemental bismuth may occur naturally, although its sulfide and oxides form commercial ore and the free element is 80%. How to make a bismuth crystals? In order to prepare a bismuth crystal, we have to melt down a small stainless saucepan for a good crucible and not to be attached. In this process, the heat is turned off. It will take quite a while to cool. In the meantime, all the oxides and other contaminants will float at the top, where they can be skimmed off. As a temperature again falls below bismuth, freezing point crystals begin forming at the surface, growing downward into the molten metal. Beneath, we can gently move the crystals as they grow to be shear. They don't freeze to the bottom of the pan. The moment that can be felt contacting other things below the surface. Yes, it's a time to pull them out and see our results. And finally, we get a bismuth as a crystals. Uses of bismuth. Bismuth finds its main uses in pharmaceuticals and atomic fire alarms and soldiers and as a pigment for cosmetics and is also used as a catalyst in rubber production. Bismuth used in cosmetics. Bismuth oxychloride is also known as a synthetic pearl. The, the history of mineral makeup. Applications of vanadate. Bismuth vanadate is a opaque yellow pigment. Bismuth vanadate is used in artist oils, acrylic and water paint companies, and functions of a bismuth salicylate in humans. Stomach acid is responsible for breaking down food, but too much acid in the stomach can cause heartburn. Reducing the amount of acid can reduce the chance of heartburn. Bismuth subsalicylate have antacid properties and coat the esophagus to act as a barrier to reflux gastric acid to temporarily relieve stomach upset, indigestion, diarrhea, nausea, and heartburn. Conclusion. Bismuth is considered to be a non-toxic. Bismuth overdosage causes some antidotes such as D-penicillamine and DPMS and DMSA effectively alleviate bismuth poisoning due to their strong chelating ability to bismuth ions. Thank you.
Thank you, Gopika, for your excellent presentation. Now, I would like to call upon V. Monica, 3rd BSc Chemistry, to present her topic on antibacterial activity and photocatalytic activity of zinc oxide nanoparticles for azo dyes in wastewater treatment. Her accolades: she is good in studies and well in teamwork and has the extraordinary leadership quality.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm V. Monica from the Department of Chemistry. Here I am today to give a presentation about the topic of antibacterial activity and photocatalytic activity of zinc oxide nanoparticles for azo dyes in wastewater treatment. Introduction. These days, with the rising a problem of water contamination by effluent released from growing expansion of textile, leather, paper, and ink industries, and a problem related to diseases causing a pathogenic microorganisms. Contamination of wastewater from industrial area contains a non-biodegradable toxics and a carcinogenic effluents, including organic dyes and heavy metals that possess a serious environmental threat. Synthesis of zinc oxide nanoparticles. First, take a 2 gram of zinc acetate dihydride is dissolved in a 15 ml of distilled water, and take 8 gram of sodium hydroxide is dissolved in a 10 ml of distilled water. Now, the sodium hydroxide solution is poured into the zinc acetate solution with a constant stirring for 5 minutes. And finally, 100 ml of ethanol is dropped twice to the solution containing both the sodium hydroxide and zinc acetate solution. Sol gel process. Metal alkoxide and metal chlorides are typical precursors. They undergo hydrolysis and polycondensation reaction to form a colloid. Formation of a metal oxide involves connecting the metal centers with oxo or hydroxo bridges. After a drying process, the liquid phase is removed from the gel. Then a thermal treatment may be performed in order to favor further polycondensation and enhance mechanical properties. Mechanism of photocatalysis. When light energy is radiated from the sun onto the titanium dioxide, a strong decomposition is generated on the titanium dioxide. When the light energy is radiated on the surface of titanium dioxide, electrons are released. The released electrons are bound with oxygen to form a superoxide anion and becomes a positively charged and becomes hydroxyl radical. The hydroxyl radical, by the power of a destruction, decomposes organic compounds such as COVID-19, unwanted bacteria, H1N1, fungus, and offensive odors, turning them into water and disperse them into atmosphere. This is exactly what happens when using the Shield MD 99.9 sanitizing wipes. How to make a dye fabric at home. coconut husk is taken in a saucepan. Pour some water into the husk and turn on the gas stove. Let it be boiled for a few minutes. Meanwhile, let's take a fabric cloth. It, it should be folded in 4 halves. Use a polyester thread to tie the fabric cloth tightly at the two ends. When the water turns into brown color, switch off the flame, remove the coconut husk completely from the saucepan. Filter the strain by using a cloth filter. Again, turn on the gas stove. A spoonful of a white vinegar is added to the filtered strain. Mix it well. Then, dip the fabric cloth into the dye solution. Close the pan and leave it for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, switch off the flame and cover the pan with a lid and keep this aside overnight. Next day, open the pan and peel off the dye fabric cloth. With the simple ingredients and easy steps, we can make a dye fabric at home. This is a sample one. Textile dyeing. In the initial phase, a substrate is placed in a medium, most of the yarn to which oxidizing and chemically added. Dyes are encrypted to the surface of the substrate diffused in fiber. Once inside the dyes migrate and fiber, the absorption and diffusion of dyes, also known as extraction. Methyl orange. Methyl orange dyes degradation by advanced oxidation with the catalyst hydrogen peroxide. The catalyst decomposition of H2O2 results in the abundant formation of hydroxyl radical, which are extremely powerful in oxidation reaction. Dyes in wastewater are major pollutant. Methyl orange is widely used in food and textile industries. When treated with the H2O, the degradation of H2O2 and a catalyst is added. Dyes industries wastewater treatment. In dyes production, wastewater contains acids, alkalis, salt, halogen, hydrocarbons, amines, nitrocompound dyes, and the intermediates. For example, to remove solid impurities and organic substance coagulation and a filtration method can be used to remove organic and toxic substances chemically. Oxidation biological method and reverse osmosis methods are mainly used. Conclusion. Many researchers have been synthesized, studied, and reported the metal, non-metal, doped nanomaterials, and a nanocomposite of zinc oxide. The synthesized nanomaterials were used for photodegradation of organic pollutants in aqueous media under UV visible under sunlight radiation. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica, for your fantastic presentation. Now, I call Sindhuja, 3rd BSc Chemistry, to give her presentation on hydrogen production technologies, current state and future development, her accolades. She is good in extracurricular activities and has a creative mind.
Good afternoon to all. I am O. Sindhuja from Department of Chemistry. I am going to present on my topic hydrogen production technologies, current state and future development. Hydrogen is the simplest and most abundant element on Earth. Hydrogen can be produced using diverse domestic resources, including nuclear, natural gas, and coal, biomass, and other renewable sources. The latter include solar, wind, hydrothermal, and geothermal energies. Hydrogen from fossil fuel. Fossil fuel processing technologies convert hydrogen containing materials derived from fossil fuel, such as gasoline, hydrocarbon, methanol, ethanol into a hydrogen rich gas stream. The, the US Department of Energy's announced plan to provide 160 millions in funding to develop technologies for the production, transport, storage, and utilization of fossil-based hydrogen. The DOE suggests fossil fuel is currently provides the lowest cost pathway for production hydrogen. When coupled with carbon capture and storage, it adds low-cost hydrogen process of fossil energy feedstocks and process will significantly reduce the carbon footprints of this process and enable processing toward hydrogen production with zero carbon emission. Projects include advancing gasification technologies and completing the initial designs of commercial scale carbon captures, storage, utilization systems that separate and store more than 1 lakh million tons per year. Natural gas is an advanced and mature pathway process to build upon the existing pipeline delivery infrastructure. Today, 95% of the hydrogen produced in the United States is made by natural gas reforming in large central plants. This is an important technology pathway for near-term hydrogen production. Steam reforming is currently one of the most whispered at the same time least expensive process for hydrogen production. Steam methane reforming is a method for producing syngas, hydrogens, and carbon monoxide. Commonly, natural gas is a feedstock. The main process of this technology is hydrogen production. Partial oxidation is a type of chemical reactions that occurs when a substoichiometric fuel-air mixer is partially combusted in the reformer, creating a hydrogen-rich syngas which can then put to further use. For example, fuel cell. Hydrogen from renewable source. Hydrogen can be produced from renewable domestic resources. Electricity from the grids or for renewable sources such as wind energy, solar energy, geothermal, biomass. In longer term, solar energy to generate hydrogen. Do you know how the electricity is produced? Most electricity is produced from coal, natural gas, nuclear wind, solar energy, and water energy. But did you know that oil is also used to produce electricity? Yes, the same oil that our cars runs all over the world, large amount of oils are used to produce electricity. More than 300 million liters per year, that equivalent to what 20% of all cars in the world consume every single year. These produce 700 million tons of CO2 emissions each year. Until now, it was not possible to replace the use of oil for electricity with solar energy since, well, there is no solar energy on the sun does not shine. That the ONGs develop all-in-one renewable energy solution to address the situations. It provides 24/7 electricity on their demands that is completely free of CO2, relying only on the renewables and all that costs cheaper than oil. We combine the power of solar energy and hydrogen energy storage. At the daytime, the sun provides our customers directly with electricity. The excess energy that is stored by the solar panel is converted into hydrogen, and so that I can be turned back into electricity again during night. Best, all our solution only use water to store electricity and is recovered at every cycle. So water down, the oil use electricity. Biomass gasification is a mature technology pathway that uses a controlled process involving heat, steam, and oxygen to convert biomass to hydrogen and other products without combustion. In the term biomass, to become to the most like renewable organic petroleum biomass is available from wide range soils such as agriculture's crop residues, industrial waste, forest scraps and residues, sewage waste, animal waste, municipal solid waste. India's first commercial scale biomass plus hydrogen plant will come at the Kanchiwa district of Madhya Pradesh. Every day, these plants will produce 1 ton of hydrogen from 30 tons of biomass feedstock. Electrolysis. Electrolysis involves splitting water into hydrogens and oxygens with the help of electricity. When a direct current passed through water, oxygens appear at positive anodes while hydrogen is released from negative cathode. In the terms of volume, exactly 2 times of more hydrogen produced than oxygen, as a pure water is not a good conductor of electricity. The world's largest hydrogen production factories, the project produce green hydrogens and oxygens by electrolysis water using solar energy as the power source. The resulting hydrogens and oxygens then are used as raw materials and fuels respectively to produce about 100 high-end chemical products. This project incorporates photovoltaic powers generation faculty 700 megawatts unit generations by water electrolyzers with a capacity of 20,000 standard cubic meters per hour. Photoelectrolysis is one of the renewable way of hydrogen production. The photoelectrode is a device absorbs solar energy and simultaneously creating the necessary voltage for oxygen and hydrogen. Conclusion. There is a tremendous amount of research being pursued toward the development hydrogen generation technologies. Hydrogen generation technologies from renewable sources such as biomass and water are considered. These in-house hydrogen productions may increase both natural and economic security. Thank you.
Thank you, Sindhuja, for your wonderful presentation. Now, I call upon J. Bhavani, 3rd BSc Chemistry, to give her presentation on natural dyes extraction and its application. Her accolades. She is good in leadership quality and participated in quiz competition conducted by ICW.
Good afternoon to all. Let I introduce myself. I am Bhavani from the Department of Chemistry, and my topic is natural dyes, extraction, and its application. Let's see the synthesis part of natural dyes. First synthetic dyes was developed by William Henry Perkin. Okay, what are natural dyes? Natural are synthetic substance used to add a color to or change the color of something. A natural dyes contains a chromophore and oxygen groups. Applications of natural dyes. In textile industries, how the natural dyes are used. Take white cotton cloth, dip into a fresh water, washed cleanly. Take some hot water and add a turmeric powder, dip the washed cloth and soak for 30 minutes. The yellow dye was absorbed by the white cotton cloth. We get a fabulous yellow shawl. in food industries. We know the most common sweet and most of the person's favorite sweet is kesari. In kesari, we have to add a food color for the attractive look. In our mind, kesari means it's on red orange color. So, the natural dyes are used in food industries. In paper industry, natural dyes are used in these industries and gives a different types of color papers. The important step of this presentation is the extraction of natural dyes by liquid-liquid extraction method. Liquid-liquid extraction is an economical alternative for separating compounds that are difficult to separate by distillation. The low temperature operation in this process is beneficial for separation of heat-sensitive products. In a batch extraction kettle, solvent for extraction is added in the same vessel. One phase is dispersed under agitation when extractions of the desired component takes place. The dispersed phase is allowed to settle and taken out as an extract. The cycle is repeated several times by adding fresh solvent each time. Each washing cycle would incrementally extract the desired product from the aqueous phase. Similar level of extraction is achieved with multiple mixers and settlers in series with the countercurrent flow in a continuous fashion. Unlike in a batch kettle, here the solvent is used repeatedly for extraction. Therefore, the overall solvent requirement can get reduced by as much as 50%. An asymmetric rotating disc contactor ARDC column has a stack of mixers and settlers arranged vertically inside a single column. The light phase moves upwards from the bottom, while the heavy phase moves downward from the top in a countercurrent fashion. The column type extractor has a smaller footprint and lower power requirement at a higher efficiency as compared to conventional mixers and settlers. A sieve tray column is used when very low values of surface tension between the phases result in formation of emulsion in ARDC column. In a centrifugal extractor, the mixing of the two phases takes place in an annular space between the rotating cylinder and a stationary shell. The settling is enhanced by the centrifugal force. The separated clean streams comes out of the extractor through different nozzles. For applications requiring several extraction stages, multiple centrifugal extractors are connected. They operate continuously and achieve counterflow. The holdup of centrifugal extractors is very small, say 5 liters, as against 500 liters of a comparable ARDC column. Therefore, the centrifugal extractors are well situated where quick over between batches is important, like in the pharmaceutical industries. Let's see how to extract natural dyes at home. Red color. Take washed beetroot and remove the ends. Peel the skin of each beetroot. And grate this all. You can use a food processor to thinly and evenly slice the beetroot quickly. Dry the grated beetroot on a steel plate for 2 to 3 days in sun covered with a net to keep insects from touch them. This is now sun dried well. Take a few dried beetroot and add it to a blender and grind them. Filter it and take some hot water and add the prepared powder. Mix well. We get the red color. Green color.
Take washed Spanish leaves, spread it on a steel plate, and it is sun dry for 3 to 4 days. This is now dried well. Take a few dried Spanish leaves and add it to a blender and grind them and filter it. Take some water and add the prepared powder. Mix well. We get a green color and then purple color. Take purple cabbage, chop them slicely using a sharp knife. Transfer the cabbage to a larger bowl, add water, and boil for 30 minutes in medium flame. Strain cabbage and adjust its pH. Use the colored water. We get a purple color. And then blue color. Add baking soda to purple color. Purple turn off into blue color. We get a blue color. Orange color. Take carrots, cut both the ends, peel the skin off each carrot, and grate the carrot. Spread it on a steel plate, sun dry for 3 to 4 days with a net to keep insects from touching them. This is now sun dried. Take some dried carrot and add it to a blender. Make a powder and filter it. Add some water and add a purple powder. Make a powder as per requirement. We get orange color. Natural dyes extract from flowers. Collect fresh flowers from flower plants. Add a fresh flower into the bowl and add water. Boil for 30 minutes and filter it. The remaining liquid is our dye. Take a white cloth and dip it into the filtered water. The white cloth turn into colored. Take cotton material out of the dye. Allow to dry. The cloth is ready. Tips for avoiding cloth fade. First method, using salt. Dip the cloth into water and wash it cleanly for several times. Add some salt. Salt is a super stain remover on clothes. Brightens up clothes, preserves the color of new clothes, and restore the faded ones. Submerge the clothes in the salt water solution for a few hours before first wash. Salt opens up the pores in the fabric chloride. In salt helps to steal the color and brighten clothes. Repeat this process until the washed water is pure, and dry the washed clothes and the clothes not fade easily again. And second method, using bay leaves. Boil water with bay leaves. Shake well and boil for 30 minutes. Pour the boiling water into the bucket. Immerse clothes and dip it well until the cloth was fully soaked. Leave the clothes in the water for 2 hours and then rinse. When it is dry, you will see that the change of the clothes. Conclusion. Most of the natural dyes possess antimicrobial and medicinal properties. They are extracted from different types of microorganisms as well as various plant pods. Thank you all.
Thank you, Bhavani, for your amazing presentation. To be inspired is great, but to be an inspiration is an honor. Now, I would like to call Mrs. J. Leslie Josephine, Head of the Department, to welcome the Chief Guest.
Good afternoon to one and all gathered here. Hope you all enjoyed our students' presentation based on sustainable chemistry in diverse field. Yes, now is the right time to request our chief guest, Dr. S. Venkatesh Babu, to share his views about our students' presentation.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction as well as whole. A very warm and heartfelt good afternoon to all present here for the internal conference on multidisciplinary research organized by Immaculate College for Women, Kadalur. I would like to thank the Almighty for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to being connected virtual during the pandemic COVID-19 situation. Also, from my bottom of the heart, I would like to thank our chief patron, Reverend Sister Sahayam Ma'am, patron Dr. M. Susila Devi Ma'am, Principal, Immaculate College, convener Reverend Sister Dr. Maria Swami, HR, Immaculate College, co-convener Ms. J. Lacey Josephine, Head of the Department of Chemistry. At the outset, I would like to thank the organizing committee members, Dr. S. Chandrakumari Ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, and Mrs. S. Uma Maheshwari, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, and Dr. S. Shivapriya, who are all the backbone of this conference. Internal conference by the Department of Chemistry, Kadalur, on the topic Sustainable Chemistry in Diverse Field is a great milestone planned by the organizers. To sustain, we have to update regularly with the current event and latest technologies day-to-day life happening all over the world. Chemistry, either organic, inorganic, or physical, materials are converted into valuable products. And I'm very much excited that arts and science students of chemistry department are having more knowledge when compared to engineering background students. And I would like to suggest some of the research areas where they can shine in future, such as cosmetics, detergents, soaps and detergents, perfumes, foods and beverages, chemicals, acid bases, pharmaceuticals, antibiotics, microbiology, biotechnology, bulk drug units, nanotechnology, plastics, communication devices, dyeing industry, paper and pulp, missiles, crackers. I think all of you are familiar with ITC, Indian Tobacco Company. They are manufacturing, since one of paper projects is nicotine addiction. This Indian Tobacco Company earns maximum profit, and MRF, Madras Rubber Factory, Hindustan Machine Tools, where they are all having the raw material as petroleum product. Daily, we used to have toothpaste, toothbrush, additives, paints and varnish, sweetening agents, pigments, rubber, repellents in the sense mosquito repellents, fuels, that is petrol, diesel, kerosene, jet fuels, lubricants, tar, etc., oil and natural gas. So these are wonderful areas where a chemist can prove their talent and knowledge. Number of research activities are waiting to be updated for the development of science and technology. The various funding central government agencies such as Department of Science and Technology, Department of Biotechnology, All India Council for Technical Education, and University Grant Commission are waiting for women's knowledge and thoughts for releasing funds from central government. So I wish all the Kayalvidi, Gopika, Monica, Sindhuja, Manimalar, and Bhavani to have contact with these funding agencies, Department of Science and Technology, Department of Biotechnology, All India Council for Technical Education, University Grant Commission. Definitely they will allot fund for your successful projects, the paper presented by this. And also we have to focus with respect to National Assessment and Accreditation Council and National Board of Accreditation, which is purely for our department, chemistry, and National Accreditation and Assessment Council for college. As we have already member, definitely we can get more fund if you have contact with these funding agencies, the two central government. I wish all success to the today's participants who presented various topics in sustainable chemistry in diverse field. It is a multidisciplinary function. Nowadays, companies are seeking technically skilled problem solving, multifunctioning students with extra knowledge. I hope these types of activities that today's our internal conference definitely will help you to meet the standards of industry ready chemistry peoples. Young budding, my dear chemistry students, my best advice is effectively utilize all these types of activities organized by the department of and college and wholeheartedly prove your talents. This is the right place for your to show the world what you are. The word success, I would like to explain in such a way that see your goal, understand the obstacle, clear your mind of doubt, see, and create a positive mental picture. E for embrace the challenge. Yes, stay on track. In the last, yes, show the world you can do it. So this is the secret of success. Again, I will repeat. Success is understand the obstacles, your mind of doubt, create a positive mental picture, embrace the challenge, stay on track, and show the world you can do it. So these are all the keywords for the success. My special and warm wishes to the budding researchers that two in the UG level of arts and science, sustainable chemistry in diverse field. Um, the first topic by Kyle Vidi, marvelous performance, current advances research in treatment and recovery of nicotine addiction, how a number of deaths occur due to the smoking cancers, smoking causes cancers, smoking kills, how it disturbs the lungs, neatly presented. Uh, I congratulate Kyle Vidi for her effort for doing such a nice presentation. And the second paper, research advancements in inorganic chemistry, that also by done by uh, Gopika, and I wish her all success. The third paper, antibacterial activity and photocatalytic activity of zinc oxide nanoparticles for azure dyes in wastewater treatment. Since I would like to inform you that I am the right person for having all the 5 papers presented belongs to chemical engineering as well as petroleum. Each one presented to their most satisfaction and hopeful level. I wish all for the bright future. And also you don't stop here itself, continuously put all the effort so that definitely you can achieve a right position in your future. And Sindhu recent advance in inorganic chemistry of Bismuth, she also nicely presented with clear vision hydrogen production technologies, current state and future development. Then the last, natural dyes extraction and its application by J. Bhavani. She also presented in a fabulous way of explaining all the natural dyes which are all occurring natural as well as artificial. Synthetic also she has touched the vast areas. I wish all the participants good luck and all the best. Keep on rocking daily, because to educate a woman is to educate an entire generation. Girls' education strengthens economics and reduces inequality. It contributes to more stable, resilient societies that give all individual, including boys. You see, education is the only word having all the five vowels A, E, I, O, U. I would like to repeat. In English letters, we are having 26 letters, and among 26 letters, 5 letters are vowels. The only letter which is having all the vowels A, E, I, O, U is nothing but education. I don't want to waste much of your valuable timings. Hence, once again, I thank all the team members who are all working behind the successful event and the forthcoming event. Thank you once again. Thank you. Be an eagle. See the world in different way. Don't be as a chick or chicken. Chicken used to grab its food by seeing the bottom of the world. But eagle has a clear vision. It flies to the topmost level of the sky. Uh, Sky is the limit for eagle. So be an eagle and don't hesitate. Decide everything in longer vision. Have a burning desire. Have a burning desire which makes you not to sleep. Have a burning desire which makes you not to sleep. Nowadays, women are proving in all the areas that they are best. A few areas I would like to highlight, such as spacecraft, army, soldiers, pilot, information sectors, team leaders, design in civil engineering, automation, shipbuilding, navy, power generation, and the list goes on. Select your right path and shine well. All the best. So thank you. Once again, at the utmost, I would like to thank Sustainable Chemistry in Diverse Field organizers, Chief Patron Ma'am, Reverend Sister Sahayam, Secretary, ICW, and Patron Dr. M. Susila Devi Ma'am, Principal, ICW, and Convener, Reverend Sister Dr. Maria Swami, HR, ICW, Kadalur, and also I would like to uh, highlight my special thanks to the co-convener, who is the head of the Department of Chemistry, Ms. L. Lacey Josephine Ma'am. Thank you, and also the organizing committee members, Chandra Kumari Ma'am, Uma Maheshwari Ma'am, and Shiva Priya Ma'am. I wish you all grand success in forthcoming conferences, and I would like to thank all the team members for providing me such an opportunity to join this conference. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, chemistry students. Thank you, one and all. I wish you, I pray the Almighty to bless you for your endeavor future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring speech. Let us invite Dr. S. Chandrakumari to speak about our college journal.
Our college, Immaculate College for Women, started a new journal, Louis Savinen Dupuis Journal of Multidisciplinary Research in All Disciplines. We invite every chemist to upload your research article and give us support. Let us see our college journal video.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. Now, I request Dr. S. Sivapriya, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I deem it a great honor to propose the vote of thanks. I sincerely thank the Almighty God for making today's event a resounding success. I extend my gratitude to our principal, to our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. S. Venkatesh Babu, to take out time from his busy schedule to grace this event. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our Secretary, Reverend Sister Sahayam, for her constant motivation, support, and guidance to complete this internal conference in a successful manner. Thank you, Sister. I would like to express our profound gratitude to our principal, Dr. M. Sushila Devi, for being with us and motivating us in every walk of life. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to place on record our hearty thanks to our HR, Reverend Sister Dr. Maria Sami, for her tremendous support and guidance all throughout this conference. Thank you, Sister. I also thank our beloved head of the department, Mrs. J. Lacey Jospin, for her guidance and moral support. Thank you, ma'am. I extend my heartfelt thanks to my department staff members, and also I thank all the teaching and non-teaching staffs who all rendered a good cooperation throughout this conference. Thank you, friends. I would like to thank the students for working hard for the first few days to make this conference an amazing one. Thank you, one and all, for making this conference a grand success. Thank you.
The feeling when we hear our anthem will always raise our strength. Now, I request you all to rise for college anthem.
We the Immaculates, born to shine stars. We the Immaculates, born to shine stars. We the powerful women, we the great kings. We the powerful women, We the great queens.
We are strong in mind and heart.
We the Immaculates.
We are courageous women.
We the Immaculates. We the Immaculates. Born to shine stars. We the Immaculates. Born to shine stars.
Everything we do it with passion. Everything we do it with passion. We will be more than women, more than women, more than enough for all. Oh yes, more than women. We the Immaculates.
Born to shine stars. We the Immaculates. Born to shine stars.
We see it,
We want it. We stand elbow it. We dream it. We work hard. We grind till we pull it. We the Immaculates. Born to shine stars.
the truth is our sound.
We the Immaculates.
They see us flying colors.
We the Immaculates.
We have a voice, we have a mind, we have a soul, none can control. Yes, we have a voice, we have a mind, we have a soul, none can control. Our motto:
Learn, light, and liberate.
learn, light, and liberate.
We the Immaculates. Born to shine stars. We the Immaculates. Born to shine stars.
We are strong in the church.
We the Immaculates.
Our motto makes us confident.
We the Immaculates. We the Immaculates. Born to shine stars.
The truth is our sound.
We the Immaculates.
They see us flying colors.
We the Immaculates.
We have a voice, we have a mind, we have a soul, none can control. Yes, we have a voice, we have a mind, we have a soul, none can control. Our motto:
Learn, light, and liberate.
learn, light, and liberate.
We the Immaculates. Born to shine stars. We the Immaculates. Born to shine stars. We the powerful women. We the great queens.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. This is Bhavani. We are signing off the session.